My bad, Chad. I was working on something for my company, and I just realized I needed to do something, but it's all right. It can hold off till later. What's up, Lowry? What's up, Big Niche? Double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut a live out. Hold on, can I hear myself? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it, man. Somebody tell the Discord we live because my other device that the Discord is logged into is dead. So somebody tell the Discord we live, man. We finna get in the intro mode. Damn. That really threw me off a little bit. $10 extra. You should.
No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedated, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask her about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tennis. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. See some thousands, now I'm at the some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Oh man, what we doing tonight, chat? I know we early again tonight, but it's all right, man. We gonna lock in. We gonna have a good episode. We finna kick it tonight, chat. We finna kick it. Double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. We still in intro mode. I need y'all to shut a live out. Double tap the screen, and let the Discord know we live. I'm trying to get everything, man. We still in intro mode.
I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spence a night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spence a night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean.
What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Tony Toast, I see you in the building. What it's looking like, man? Double tap that screen, shut a live out. Hold on. Where is the tag? Where is the tag?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube. Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? They saying Trump is sending 200,000 immigrants home. Women are calling providers abusive. And we got the Nolan Wells case seems to be going quiet. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. Allen says ICE arrested an indigenous man. That's crazy, chat. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. Point and Shoot says he destroyed Poetic Flacco's career. We're going to get into that. Also, we got the Trump admin with plans to revoke up to 200,000 visas in the largest revocation ever, man. Double tap this screen, shut a live out, chat. So with my damn camera, man. Also, we got the couple. We got the TikTok couple, the white girl and the white guy and the black girl, man. They done broke up, and it looks like she done got with one of his homies, man. And we're gonna cover that as well. Why the hell is my gimbal doing? Like, what is up? Why is it doing? Just quit that shit. It keeps turning, Chad. It keeps curving. It's about to piss me off. Dude. Anyways, we got we ain't gonna cover the Lil Durk tonight. But we also will cover that Lindsay Clancy and all of these women supporting Lindsay Clancy. Man, I'm just gonna have to do my shit like this, Chad. Hold on. I'm just gonna have to do this shit like this, bro. Dang. It's about to piss me off, man. It's about to piss me off, Chad. Man, maybe I need to get a mouse or something. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better, man. Hopefully it'll hold right there. So I don't gotta keep dealing with it, man. My bad, chat. Also, yeah, we're gonna get in that Lindsay Clancy case. I don't know too much about it. I just know a little bit the mainstream shit. But what we got right here is Corey Holcomb has went off on his co-host for defending Godfrey, man. Corey Holcomb saying, if you on their side, stay on their side, man. And we got Yada Awakening. The guy, we watched him debate Anton Daniels before. He's the one that does the polygamy. He gives his wife $100,000 a year. Both of them, one's in Africa, one's in America. Well, he's under fire. I believe he done beat his wife up, and now everybody's coming at him for beating his damn wife up. I think she went live, eye all bruised up and shit. We're going to get into that as well. Double tap this screen, shut a live out, chat. I hope everybody's had a great day. Rate your day between 1 and 10. Rate your day between 1 and 10. What's up, Savage? What's up, Larry? What's up, La going harder? Big Niche, hey, girl. Let's get into this Corey Holcomb, man.
Get over there. I'm fucking with y'all. If Marv never had to leave Africa, he would be the tribal spokesperson. You gotta see Marv about the weed out here.
Could be the voodoo doctor.
Right.
Female African booty scratcher.
Right. I'm saying, like,
y'all heard that female African booty scratcher. Look at her face. Soon as he said female African booty scratcher, her face changed, and she's about to start defending Godfrey, and that's gonna piss Corey Holcomb off. He's finna go off on her. Look at her face. She was all good when she was like, yeah, the voodoo doctor. She was cool talking about the Creole people, the people down there in Louisiana doing that voodoo. She was cool with that, but the moment that nigga with the hat said female African booty scratcher, she got the, oh my God, I can't talk about them. I can talk about the Creole people and what they got going and the Haitians and shit, but I can't talk about Godfrey and them. Crazy. Look at her face, chat. Listen, she the one that said the voodoo shit first. Listen.
Yeah.
Could be the voodoo doctor.
Name
Right.
female African booty scratcher.
Right. I'm saying like, homie.
I like Godfrey. I mean,
I'm sure you do. You want to make
That pissed Corey off. Look at him. I like Godfrey. I'm sure you do.
I don't have anything against Godfrey.
do what you have to do to maintain
have
your
to.
friendship with Godfrey.
It's not have to. I just do. I like Godfrey, and
that's good.
And I don't even have a close friendship with him, but I like him. I've known him from just coming on the show and stuff. But
Welcome to what Corey calls Chicago logic. If you're friends with his enemy, you're no longer his friend. There's apparently no diplomatic immunity here, no Switzerland. You can't watch Godfrey on
Same way you put that point out there about Godfrey. I like Mimi. Mimi cool as shit to
clear,
me.
but why did you say that though? You're not saying
Because
why
you said you like Godfrey.
right. But what was wrong with that?
Nothing. What's wrong with me saying I like Mimi?
Why did you say it? Is why I'm asking.
I just said it because you made it your point to say you like Godfrey.
Right, 'cause I'm
and
not
it's
just-
my point to say I like Mimi.
Because I'm not just gonna sit here and just
Mom,
not
Dad,
say anything because I do.
please.
I think you should.
Because I do.
In fact, I really
don't
think you
whine at
should.
Godfrey. I like Godfrey's comedy. I like him as a person. That's all I know about him.
That's good. I'm glad you do. But I really think you should call Godfrey and make sure he knows that you feel that way and tell him about things
I'm
you
pretty
go
sure
through.
he does, 'cause I've never said
Because
anything
you know what
bad
I'm
about
saying?
him.
Godfrey is good for that. He smiles good with you. But I think if you are around him, you'll
So Corey Holcomb said he grew up with Godfrey. He's known Godfrey since they grew up, and he has a different experience with Godfrey.
find out what you need to know. Because look, I swear to God, I'll show y'all my notes. This is in my notes right now.
I ain't beefing with nobody. When somebody has just done their, how you say, worn their welcome or done
Hit the
something,
like button,
I'm
chat.
just move on. Life goes on. I don't be beefing with nobody.
D's an angel.
Look,
I'm done,
Let
I'm
me
done.
tell you something. This is
I'm
my
good.
notes right here for the show today. If somebody is a friend of somebody I don't fuck with, this is how I really feel. If somebody is a friend of somebody I don't fuck with, go fuck with them. That's how
So in so many words, did he just kick her off the show? Because she's not on the show anymore. He said, this is how I feel. If you fuck with somebody I don't fuck with, go fuck with them. Is Corey wrong? Is he being spiteful, chat? Is this a way he should have treated his co-host? Or is he just keeping squares out of his circle? Is he getting the people that may not mean him no good to fuck from around him? Or is he being a spiteful host? Y'all let me know. Is it spiteful?
is a friend of somebody I don't fuck with, this is how I really feel. If somebody is a friend of somebody I don't fuck with, go fuck with them. That's how I really feel.
That ain't no.
If it's somebody I don't fuck with,
You talking about, do I want to get sued, buddy? Sued for what? I'm broke as hell right now, horror fun. We on the come up. Your ass might want to wait about 3-4 years to sue me, nigga. I got some mixed shit going. But hell, sue me for what, nigga?
I'm not saying somebody who I don't agree with or whatever, but I'm talking about if I don't fuck with a motherfucker, it ain't my job to tell somebody, oh, go, you know what I'm saying? Don't be around that person. That's whole shit.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, if I have somebody who's saying they my friend and they know it's somebody I don't fuck with, it is my personal preference that you go fuck with them. I say that to any motherfucker on this planet. Go fuck.
So Corey's saying it ain't no monkey in the middle over there. Corey is saying, yeah, this for entertainment purposes only. If somebody get Horror Fun the fuck up out of here, I don't even want him around here no more. His name is Horror Fun 23. He's definitely a weirdo. Anybody that sat there, took the time out to name themselves Horror Fun, and then put 23 at the end, oh yeah, weirdo. Don't need to be in here. Get his ass the fuck up out of here. But yeah, Corey is saying it ain't no monkey in the middle. Once you cross that line, you gotta stay there. Is he wrong for that, chat?
Fuck with that nigga.
Corey even extends this philosophy to his own family. Corey describes curation date. So
Don't fuck with. I'll be like, go live with that motherfucker. I stand on that. I never take that away from nothing. That's how I'm cut. I'm not finna, look, if I got a homie that motherfucking is hanging with a nigga I done fell out with, I'm not gonna be mad at him. I'm just gonna tell him, look, homie, go fuck with that nigga. Man, I just went to his birthday party. It was his birthday party. Well, be at that nigga party. Don't come around me after you through with that. Come around me talking about that nigga.
That's the thing. I don't talk about. I'm just saying. I just couldn't sit here and just say no.
Mother,
I
fuck
like the
that
guy's
nigga and
comedy.
anybody down with him. You heard me? Mother, fuck that nigga. That nigga had that fat bitch on that show talking shit. Nigga, I ain't said half the shit I know. I asked a question and ain't none one of them niggas answered the question about who you used to motherfucking be with on some motherfucking, hold on, let me make sure I got it right, because I ain't got to drop no name. I asked the man, he said somebody was his mentor. I'm curious about that mentor relationship, because I'm in the motherfucking streets enough to know what a motherfucker is on that mentor shit. Somebody say Corey hurt. Hell yeah, Corey hurt, motherfucker. When a bitch nigga is too scared to stand up there and say how he really feel, but bring other people around to say how they really feel, people that don't like me, I don't expect everybody to understand that. I don't expect everybody to understand that. Y'all motherfuckers, shit. Man, listen is what I'm saying to you. I watch motherfuckers real carefully. If you got the motherfucker that I don't fuck with around you,
I'm gonna be honest. For Godfrey to have that show that's supposed to be about Africa, all they do is talk about niggas all day. American blacks. They talk about FBAs and niggas all day. I'm just gonna be honest. I thought the show was about Africa.
fuck you too, motherfucker. Remember I said that. If the person around you is somebody that I got issues with, you too.
The reason betrayal matters so much to someone
Maneuver around business sometime with these motherfuckers, because I'm here to tell you. Everybody who we do business with on the big corporate level, motherfucker, they don't like us. For the most part. Motherfuckers don't like us. Motherfuckers don't like us.
Hit the like button, chat.
Motherfuckers don't like us outright. Stephen A. Smith is around motherfuckers that don't even like him. But for that money, he'll pull it. Some people will pull it for security when they see the person in the street. When you see the person in the street, you want to be able to say, oh, hi, not me. Fuck you in the street too, motherfucker. That's why I don't hang out, because I have problems.
Corey on that chat. I done got invited to a couple of collaborator things where they try to get content houses and shit together, and I'm on some shit like, hey, man, I really don't fuck with you niggas like that. Like, I don't know how y'all was raised, but yeah, I'll just be around everybody, chat. I'm just one of them niggas, man. Like, if you ask the people that's in the chat that know me, they know, like, day to day, I walk around looking like a nigga not to be fucked with. Straight up. Like, I'm polite, I say hi and shit, but just the look on my face is like, bro, do it look like I came to this motherfucker to mingle? Chat, do y'all honestly think I'm a motherfucker that's just around to mingle? Hell no, man. Hell no.
Because I'm not finna see a motherfucker that I don't fuck with for real and then motherfucker smile. I did it with Stephen A. when we was at that motherfucker restaurant, but I told Stephen A. how I really felt about that shit he do.
Corey also accuses Godfrey of avoiding direct.
I'm just playing.
No, D don't lie.
I like him as a comedian. I don't even know him as personally. I'm just saying. I just said.
You ever went
the
to one of
truth.
his shows, D?
Yes.
Where?
It was here in L.A. It was
I mean,
like
what show
twice.
did you go to?
2-3 years ago at.
See, Chad, this is how I am in real life. And the people who know me in real life know, like, I'm not, if I don't fuck with you, you damn sure gonna know, bro. You gonna go through, hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing this shit? I'm just gonna look at you. You gonna reach out to shake people's hands and dapping people up. You gonna reach to dap my hand and shake me up. I'm just gonna look at you. And you gonna know what time it is then. Like, nigga, I'm not to be fucked with. I'm not friendly. I'm just not. It is what it is, nigga.
The Netflix thingy thing, one of the nights.
Really?
And then I like watching his little bits that he puts out on things. I like him as a comedian.
Well, that's good, D.
I was trying not to lie.
I think that I could give you his number.
What is that all about? All I said was I like him as a comedian. I don't even know him personally.
Now, I don't be hostile, Max. First of all, I don't like people touching me. I'm not with all that touchy shit. Like, all of that shaking hands and dapping and all of that. You can say, what's up, nigga? All I need is a head nod. First of all, I'm not with all that shit. Like, touchy-feely friendly shit. Like, nah, bro. And then when you bring your homies and shit around, I'm not trying to dap your homie up, nigga. I don't know this nigga. This nigga from way somewhere else. I don't know what the fuck what cloth he's cut from, what kind of shit he's done in his life. I want to shake this nigga hand. Stop putting your homies in position to shake niggas' hands they don't know. Friendly ass shit. I don't know this nigga.
I only know him the moments he's come here from on the show. So
on the show with me, a lot of bridges have been burned. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I know Godfrey's number. I got it right here. You can call Godfrey and make sure you don't view him the way I view him if you want that. Because I want to make sure that your relationship with Godfrey isn't tethered. What a word.
All I said was the truth, that I like him as a comedian. So.
That ain't what you said, but it don't matter.
It is. I said I like Godfrey.
I'm not mad at you.
I don't even.
I'm gonna be honest. In this moment, Corey questioning her blackness, man. Corey, listen. Corey on one right now, chat. I'm gonna tell you. I'm looking at Corey, and he's like, he's on Godfrey ass because he's an FBA and he feels like Godfrey's tethering and always talking about niggas. She's taking up for Godfrey. Now Corey looking at her like, you know what, bitch? Oh my God, bro, this is crazy, bro. This was bound to happen. This moment was bound to happen, bro.
I don't even know him closely that personally. It's only
you like that white girl who said that, who wrote that article about me, who you said that was your friend. Am I right?
Here we go. Yes. And when she messed up, what did I do? Is she around anymore? No, because I didn't dig what she did, what she did, and then gone. I don't mess with people like that. When they go ahead and they do something like that.
Why do you dismiss your friend so fast?
Because she showed herself. Previously before that, I would have never have thought she would have done something like that. And she did it. And I.
Hey, listen, Gary, you don't fall off in this bitch running no loud polls. I do the polls, nigga. You don't come in this bitch doing no polls. But would you donate batteries and food to Indiana? Man, I hope, yes, if that shit go to the right places. Man, y'all remember last time we were sending all that damn water to Flint, Michigan and shit, wasn't even getting there. They wasn't even taking the water and shit out there. But yes, I have no problem donating a couple batteries, man, and some canned goods to Indiana. I just need to know this shit's gonna get to where it needs to go.
Cut her off.
Yeah, somebody say Corey hurting inside. Corey is hurting inside, motherfucker. I ain't got no shame about who the fuck I am. But guess what? I'm finna go get my drop top and ride the fuck off. What you finna do? With your hurting ass. You got to be hurt to watch my show. That's what we do up here. We vent pain. Like I'm supposed to be scared of that. Nigga, y'all motherfuckers fucking with the wrong nigga. Oh, shit. I'm not finna keep smiling with fuck niggas about nothing. If you a fuck nigga in my eyes, that don't mean you a fuck nigga.
You said, so would I go out there and make it happen? Hell yeah, sponsor that shit. We'll go out there, we'll take the camera, we'll pass out some canned goods and food and shit. But listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, Gary, right now, I drive a truck. Gas high as a motherfucker. I don't have a real ID, so I'm gonna have to pay the extra $35, $40. If you wanna see me out there handing out canned goods and shit, I'm gonna need you to ante up too and help. Help get me out there and shit. I'll donate some batteries. I'll pass out some plates and shit. But hey, this shit got to be a team effort, nigga.
Nigga in the next nigga eyes. But all I'm saying is, all them motherfucking fucking niggas can go kick it and have a party and talk shit about Corey. All them motherfuckers. All of them.
I'm waiting on you, Gary. I'm waiting on you to get the travel package and shit together. You want to see me out there? I need you to get the travel package and shit together. Nigga, I got a real life too. I got bills and shit. You want to see me out there, nigga? Help get me out there, nigga.
I wish I could get a video of the party just so I could watch motherfuckers talk shit about me because I think it's funny.
I don't know why y'all codes scroll through this bitch and think I'm rich, bro. Like, everybody that sees me on here, like, nigga, let me tell y'all, it ain't happened yet. It's on the way. I'm gonna be rich here in a minute. Y'all are premature. You're a little early, nigga. I don't know if I look rich or what. I don't think I do, nigga. It looks like I'm smoking a black and mild with a do-rag on, nigga. I don't know where y'all got rich from. Shit. Not yet.
By the end of the episode, Corey says he'd rather essentially play in the dirt alone than surround himself with people he believes are pretending to like him. And strangely enough, that's probably the most important line in this entire argument, because for all the talk about FBA, Tethers, Immigrants, and Tariq Nasheed, this latest chapter still sounds like this.
You gonna tell me to get on code? Get on code with what, nigga? What are you talking about? Get on code with what, nigga? I'm from Arkansas. You talking about get on code like this just some black shit. You talking about am I gonna go help Indiana? And then you try to frame this shit like get on code. What the fuck getting on code got to do with that? Getting on code with what? America? What are we talking about here?
Same Corey Holcomb story we've been watching for years. Corey wants loyalty,
What's up,
absolute
Bada
loyalty. And Godfrey, for whatever reason, appears to have
Crazy.
become somebody Corey believes violated that code. The FBA debate has simply given their old disagreement a new vocabulary.
I'll be real, bro. Like, it's over for
Damn, chat. My bad. Let me get this shit to the right screen.
I'll be real, bro. Like, it's over for bro, listen, it's over for all the people who's hating on Flacco, bro. Because, like, I'll be real, like, your chance to beef with Flacco was about 4 months ago. The trajectory I'm on right now and the mission that I'm on right now, we is winning. Again, I do feel bad for like the quote-unquote like poetic Flacco like haters. We are past the era of hit pieces working. Era where hit pieces was effective was like 2016. So like each and every day, bro, like my live stream just keep getting bigger, right? Things, you feel me, right? Like, you know, like things, and things going up, and that's not gonna stop it.
Okay, so this video is going to be about Poetic Minyengo Jala Tokpa.
Frederick Jala is my real name.
$2,500
And
for
so
the
let me
box.
explain what's going on. So a couple weeks ago, I made this video on the Forever channel about how Jala rapidly acquired a new large pro-black audience as a result of his relentless coverage of the Chud the Builder saga and the Nolan Wells investigation. And the video is basically about how Jala is pandering to this new pro-black audience as if he's not an anti-black racist himself.
What?
And I demonstrated this clearly in the video, and I played clips of him actually saying the things, so it was impossible for him to really refute it, so he didn't. I mean, when there's clips floating around the internet like this, there really isn't very much to explain.
A 5'9", blonde hair, blue eye, little white boy in some polo shirts, slacks, and some Birkenstocks walking towards you at 9 p.m. evoke the same fear in you as a 6'1" black man in a Nike Tech?
I'm gonna give
What I don't understand is the blue, purple, pink lip. Yo, bro, listen, bro, I can't stand niggas, right?
Man.
These same pink lip, wide nose niggas were the same motherfuckers, right? These ignorant, pink lip, wide nose niggas ain't rocks. Bro, listen, bro, Lil Uzi Vert or NBA Youngboy, bro, like these niggas ain't fucking rock stars. How a pink lip, wide nose ninja lion, bro. If he look you dead in your eyes and tell you, bro, are you serious, man? He cap. He lying. Right? If you think that you finna move to Miss Mary Jane's block and trap out of her block and be outside loitering, nigga, you crazy, bro. She calling the police the same day you move in.
Hold on, Gary. Let me say this. You said you hit the like button, but I need to step it up. Nigga, you need to step it up. You in this bitch virtue signaling. All that time you spending in my fucking live stream telling me what I need to do, nigga, you go do something. Nigga, you could be handing out fucking canned goods or passing out fucking Kool-Aid singles or something right now. Nigga, come in this bitch virtue signaling, Gary. I'll cuss you out in this bitch.
It warms my heart to see a DA like that taking a stand and saying, I don't give a damn about no peer pressure, no intimidation, man. Listen, I'm black, but I'm going after all these, blue, purple, white, lip, burnt Negroes, right? Who are out here using their lyrics and confessing the crime.
And so my video was full of clips just like this, just like the ones you just watched, and they were horrifying. And so there were some people in Jala's audience that were calling him out for it, but their voices weren't loud enough. They were just little peons to him. They were just little chatters. And he felt like because I'm the only one making videos about it, that it's really not that big of a problem right now and that he's too powerful. He's already out of.
Now the Kool-Aid comment out of pocket. Oh my God, I guess I'm not black enough. I guess I'm not from Arkansas, nigga. I guess my lineage ain't from Alabama, nigga. I guess I didn't grow up on oversweet Kool-Aid, nigga. I guess I wasn't mixing the mystery flavor with the strawberry lemonade, nigga. What are you talking about? The Kool-Aid comment was out of pocket. Man, listen. Y'all ass in here always clutching y'all pearls. Y'all getting on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It be you uppity niggas, bro. It be you uppity niggas, bro. The virtue signaling the niggas, bro. Real FBA's real niggas know what the fuck is going on, man. Cut it out, bro.
Here, he's already blown up. He's winning. His numbers are skyrocketing. And he said that this is why he doesn't feel like he needs to respond. Hit pieces don't work on him.
We are past the era of hit pieces working, right? Like, you feel me? Like the era where hit pieces was effective was like 2016. So like each and every day, bro, like my live stream just keep getting bigger, and things going up, and that's not gonna stop it, right? So yeah, you're right. So y'all stop telling me to respond back to drama.
So it was these statements by the Jala that created a chain reaction in the commentary community on YouTube, and people started making videos about it now. This guy, Doku D, found my video.
Tony say, I like that blue raspberry Kool-Aid the most. It is a little different, ain't it, Tony? That blue raspberry motherfucker is a little different. That's what I'm trying to say, Tony. This nigga see me in here talking about I got a satin do-rag on. This is velvet, nigga. This is velvet, nigga. And he see me in this motherfucker smoking, chilling, hanging out, and he want to tell me a Kool-Aid comment is out of pocket. Tony, I don't know what's up with these niggas, man. I don't know what's up with these niggas, man. I don't know, bro. Like, you niggas act like y'all just turned black. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You niggas act like y'all found out you was black yesterday. Cut it out.
Discovered my video and then circulated it and commented on it. And so this caused a chain reaction.
My name is Doku D, and if you're anything like me, around the whole time of the Chud the Builder thing, where he shot that guy and he got arrested for it, and then he was on trial, and we were learning things as the situation progressed and new information came out, YouTube recommended.
He misrepresents. He actually thinks his audience is stupid, so he's going to try to trick them. And he thought that he was going to get away with this.
I want to give the tap dancing sellout of the day award to Poetic Flacco. Now, who's Poetic? Well, I'm Poetic Flacco, okay? No, but all jokes aside, the tap dancing sellout of the day award goes to Poetic Flacco. Now, you're probably asking, why are you talking about yourself this way? Well, this stems from a comment I got on my last video from a subscriber called Beauty. Now, Beauty is a subscriber. She comments. I've seen her in my comment section often, so she's not a hater. And the comment was, Flacco, you got some explaining to do. But in the replies, there were people pointing out, bro, Flacco, we've seen videos of you as a conservative. Now you're more left-leaning. What happened? What was the change? Why did you change? What's going on? One, nobody...
Jew Almighty. What? And I'll show you this. This guy's actually really smart. He's going to do most of the talking because he's, I mean, just... He
all right, we're seeing that
clips.
How black folks love to be victims.
So this clip is Jala angrily criticizing the black community for being outraged about a racist joke by white comedian Tom Segura.
What? I'm about to show y'all how bloodthirsty and eager people are to be victims. Like how black folks love to be victims. Just comment yes if you ever heard a black person say white folks smell like outside. Just comment yes if you've ever heard a black person say when it rained, white folks smell like pennies. But it's not racist because the systematic oppression created a system that's meant to... Now, a good race joke can never hurt nobody unless it's towards black folks because our ancestors built this country. We've been down for way too long. I'll be real. Like in 2020, black tears actually had a little bit more currency and umph to it. In 2020, if you troll or laugh at something that black folks were upset about, you got canceled, right? Because we were at the height of racial tensions in 2020. Right now in 2023, bro, we've been so desensitized to it that it really has no impact at all. Like, y'all can cry about whatever y'all want to cry about on social media, bruh. Nobody is listening. So I can't tell you what white folks do in them showers, but black folks, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bruh.
So that was insane. I mean, really, that was, he really wishes he didn't upload this and that it's available on the internet for people like me to snoop around and collect. This is, I mean, that was, so just look at the clips that he's putting out now. Just look at the stuff that he's.
Chad, I know I done said some crazy shit, bro, but I ain't said nothing that crazy, bro. Not about no niggas.
The talking points that he's putting out now are much different.
Again, more racist jokes, you know, making black folks the butt of the jokes, showing all 32 teeth, clapping up, cheering when Tony Hinchcliffe was disrespecting George Floyd and making jokes about the black community. The George Floyd joke to me was especially egregious because George Floyd was not in the room. You do more to make sure that George Floyd legacy isn't disrespected for cheap laughs. Isn't even about black people being soft or we can't take a joke. It's not.
So Jala is extremely passionate about standing up for the black community, and he's very sensitive about George Floyd jokes, right? Wrong. What? He's not. I'm going to play you a clip of just a couple years ago. This is what he was saying about George Floyd jokes.
His conservative values, his love for Donald Trump, and a joke about George Floyd, damn near in a celebratory fashion. Now, me particularly, I feel like when somebody is on stage, they should have the liberty to make whatever joke they want to make, as long as it's funny. I don't believe like we should put a restriction on comedy. The liberals on the left who get offended by everything, they have an extreme issue with this, and they're calling for him to be canceled. I don't think that a comedian making a joke on stage in public should be cancelable. If you like the joke, you want to come back and watch him, come back and watch him. If you are offended and feel like they are a horrible person for making a joke, then don't watch. Trying to, you know, do a coordinated attack or a cancellation on somebody over a joke you don't like. It's the most pitiful and pathetic.
Hey man, let's get him the fuck up out of here, man. Let's get Poetic Flacco the fuck up out of here. I can't take too much more of that video. I can't take too much more of that.
It feels like the entire world has all eyes on the Lindsay Clancy trial unfolding in Massachusetts right now. And trust me, we are deeply in it too. Of all the people involved in this case, those who have taken the stand, something has stuck out to me hearing their accounts of what happened. We need to take a closer look at what did they know and when. 3 young kids lost their lives tragically. And something we don't always see, you have both the prosecution and the defense here agreeing the person who killed them was their mom, Lindsay Clancy. But this is not a cut and dry case. It is incredibly nuanced. Was it postpartum psychosis, as her defense team claims? Or were the killings premeditated? Did the medical community fail her when she asked for help? Or did they do all they could? And then you've had everyone spiraling online about her husband, Patrick Clancy, questioning if his testimony and timeline is adding up. The trial is unfolding right now as we speak. So, Crime Junkies, I'm Brianna Whitney, and in the headlines this week, we are diving deep into what you guys have been asking for, the stunning twists and turns of the Lindsay Clancy trial, and what's at stake.
She killed off 3 kids, man. And listen, not only did she alive her 3 kids, they done raised $1 million for her, saying postpartum and women should stand behind her. They throwing ice against the walls, and men have called off their weddings because their fiance was supporting this lady, man. I'm telling you, they have raised $1 million for this woman. This is where we're at in 2026. You can take the lives of 3 of your kids and still become $1 million. Shit. Crazy. Crazy as hell.
As it stands right now, the trial is deep into the defense's case, with their witnesses on the stand. So that includes Lindsay and Patrick's moms and a number of mental health professionals. And we're going to get to all of that. But I actually want to start this episode looking at Patrick Clancy, Lindsay Clancy's husband. What did he know and when? Because I think he's a really important piece here.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my white partners today, and he said that he'd been married to his wife 11 years. And if she supported this lady, he would divorce her. He said straight up, man, I've been married to my wife 11 years, man. If she supported this lady, I would divorce her.
Here, he was the first witness to take the stand in this trial, and for good reason. He, of course, was one of the first to see his wife mentally deteriorating. He and Lindsay actually both detailed it in civil lawsuits right before the trial even began in July. So let's go back 4 years. This case really all began in September of 2022. Up until then, Patrick and Lindsay had what seemed to be a really great marriage. Both had good jobs. Lindsay was a labor and delivery nurse at Massachusetts General Hospital, and Patrick was working for Microsoft. On the personal front, they really had it all too. They had their daughter Cora, she's their oldest. She was 5 at the time. Son Dawson, who was 3, and Lindsay had just given birth to their
Look at that, man. That's a damn power couple. He working at Microsoft, she at the damn hospital. They got 3 kids and shit. What the hell happened, man?
3rd child, Callan, who wasn't even 1 yet. Patrick himself said on the stand, Lindsay was such a good and loving mom. But like so many moms, Lindsay knew she was struggling with postpartum mental health, like severe anxiety and depression. She wasn't sleeping, and she just...
Now listen, chat, my baby mama dealt with postpartum, right? And in turn, I dealt with postpartum. But never once throughout that whole ordeal did I think anything like she was about to knock off the kids, man. Hell no. What? And I want to know, I got another question too. Did she get on birth control? Was she on birth control? If they're saying she's going through postpartum, was she going through postpartum in collaboration with birth control? I know they said she was on all of those antipsychotics and shit, but I want to know specifically, was she on birth control?
Described her body as being heavy. Now, it got bad enough that she went and sought psychiatric help in September of 2022. And Patrick testified he watched as Lindsay tried medication after medication from a multitude of doctors for months, and her condition just kept getting worse. He actually went to one of her appointments with her.
Because I'm going to be real, like, my baby mama postpartum got better, like, once she got off the birth control. While she was on the birth control, man, she wasn't feeling it, man. She was trying to explain to me about postpartum, but about after she got that birth control out, yeah, shit changed, man. I ain't gonna lie.
In December, during what he testified was a big spiral. And he told the nurse practitioner things had gotten 10 times worse ever since she had been on the drug Seroquel, which is an antipsychotic.
Oh, shit.
Yet the CNP increased the dose.
Man, listen, chat, I remember one time, I think I had to be like 16 or 17. One of my friends had got out of juvenile, and he had some Seroquel 600s. And I had took a Seroquel 600, and them motherfuckers kick in instantly. Like, I had to go home, like, instantly. Like, it was over. Like, I knew I was about to go to sleep. If she's on Seroquel, she's on some heavy shit.
According to court records. And Patrick testified things had gotten so bad by December that Lindsay said she was having thoughts of hurting the kids and having paranoid delusions. And he remembered she said that more than once. So things were noticeably really, really concerning by this point. But Patrick said sometimes it was hard because Lindsay would be severely struggling one minute, but then playing with the kids and seemingly happy the next. So it was really hard to navigate. Lindsay spent 5 days in a psychiatric facility in early January 2023 and was released in time for Cora's birthday party on January 7th. And by January 24th, he actually said Lindsay had been having one of her best days.
Yeah, now that hindsight 2020, Laura, but her ass definitely should have been committed. Somebody should have committed her ass. I think in Arkansas, they got this shit called an Act 3. The motherfuckers will come get your ass, they will commit you. Her ass should have been committed.
She had taken Cora to the pediatrician, then she was outside building a snowman with the kids. All was well, at least he thought. Patrick and Lindsay had been talking about getting takeout for dinner that night at a restaurant called 3V. So when Lindsay texted him at 5:15 p.m. asking if he could go pick up some Pedialyte at CVS for Cora, it was like, yeah, no problem. He could grab the medicine and then go pick up their dinner. Now, if you are chronically online, like me, or even remotely watching videos about the Lindsay Clancy trial, then you know that Patrick's timeline of events and the things he said happened next has been scrutinized like crazy. Because, does it all add up? He told the court he left around 5:15 p.m. and that CVS was only 3 minutes away. The issue people are having online is this trip to CVS seemingly did not take 3 minutes. It took 17 minutes to get there based on CVS surveillance showing him walking into the store at 5:32. So why did it take that long to get there? We don't know. When Patrick was asked more about
Man, he probably pulled back, probably was on the phone, man. Was he in the parking lot? Did y'all check the parking lot or did y'all just check him walking in, man? He's probably on the phone, man. Or maybe he got caught in a damn TikTok reel algorithm, man. You know how you get to watching some shit. Next thing you know, you sitting in the parking lot, look up 10 minutes, doesn't pass. Like, damn, I was supposed to get out.
this on the stand, he said he didn't know if he just got to the parking lot earlier and sat in his car or what. He didn't say he went anywhere else before, so this has not sat well with trial watchers. But nonetheless, he walked into the CVS.
I don't know, Chad. I haven't watched any of this. It's just common sense to me. It's people get caught in these algorithms, whether it's YouTube Shorts, whether it's TikTok, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. People get caught in algorithms all the time. You look up and 10, 15 minutes done pass. And you still ain't even went in to pick up your damn food or whatever you get. I'm just being honest. That shit happens to me all the time. Does it ever happen to y'all? Answer me, chat. Does that shit ever happen to y'all? Y'all pull up somewhere and you end up sitting in the car like 5, 10, 15 minutes just scrolling through reels or shorts or something.
At 5:32 p.m. 1 minute later, he said he called Lindsay because the medicine she wanted was sold out, so he wanted to know if a generic brand would work instead. She didn't answer, but she did call back a minute later and said that was fine. And Patrick testified she sounded busy but quiet on the phone, which is kind of an interesting combo of adjectives he used, but he chalked it up to thinking she was probably just giving the kids baths. So he continued on to the restaurant 3V to grab the pickup order. And we know he got there at 5:54 p.m. because their surveillance cameras showed him too. Now, people online have been spiraling about Patrick's shoes. Is he wearing the same shoes at CVS and at the restaurant? Like, did he go straight there, as he says? Putting the surveillance images from both CVS and 3V side by side, it's honestly impossible to prove for sure. But these are likely the same shoes. It's at least not something attorneys on either side have contested. So Patrick then said he got back to the house around 6:09 p.m. And that's when he found Lindsay on the ground outside bleeding from her wrists and her neck. And he's like, oh my God, what happened? And he said Lindsay told him she tried to take her life, then said the kids were in the basement. But she didn't tell him anything else about the kids.
She slit her wrist and neck and can still fucking talk. It's crazy. I don't know. No.
Or their conditions. Just, they were in the basement. So Patrick called 911 and said while he was on the phone, he was going to go check on the kids. I mean, had they just watched their mom jump out a window? That's exceptionally traumatic. And the general public did not get to hear the 911 call. Only the jury did. But we know based on Patrick's testimony, he called 911 and was on the phone with the dispatcher when he found Cora, Dawson, and Callan in the basement, strangled with exercise bands. And he screamed on the 911 call, "She killed the kids." There were tears in the courtroom.
What if they're trying to say he coached her to do it like on some court shit? Like sacrifice the kids and shit, like on some, what was that court where everybody just went out there and unalived themselves to like go to be aliens or something? Is that what they're trying to say, Chad? Or are they trying to say he physically done it? Are they trying to say he physically done it or he coerced her to do it? Coerced her to do it. On some court shit.
When the 911 call was played, the discovery was the most unimaginable tragedy possible. Patrick Clancy was never, ever considered a suspect in the kids' deaths. In fact, he was there as detectives were collecting evidence at the home. But the cross-examination of Patrick Clancy on the stand was about to stir up an online explosion of scrutiny about where he really was the night of the murders because of one email and the time that it was sent. Lindsay Clancy's defense attorney, Kevin Reddington, asked Patrick about something very specific, a work email he sent. The data showed it was sent at 5:24 p.m. Wait. Okay, 5:24 p.m. That was like right in the middle of everything. Getting that text from Lindsay to go pick up the medicine, leaving the house at 5:15, driving, and then getting to CVS. So the timing definitely seemed kind of weird to just send a work email to staff in the middle of all of that. But then Reddington asked Patrick if he sent it from his Surface Pro. That's his home computer. And Patrick said he wasn't sure. Well, that sent the internet into a frenzy. Oh my God, is he lying about where he was? That's what people have speculated. I've seen a lot of chatter online about the email being sent from his home IP address. As far as actual testimony goes in the courtroom, there's been nothing about that. Patrick said it's possible he sent the email from his phone while sitting in his car at CVS. Regardless of when and where he sent it, this seemed like a really important time for Patrick Clancy to get his story straight. And in the court of public opinion,
who the fuck was he sending email to? Oh, he works for Microsoft, so I guess somebody working for Microsoft is not too crazy to be sending an email.
this started to shift the online temperature of sympathy for Patrick, because the more people watching this trial interpreted a sort of shiftiness or inconsistency in his story, the more they started to go down the Patrick Clancy rabbit hole. People asking online, why did he allegedly start dating someone new just months after the murders? We know he's remarried now.
He's fucked up! What do you mean he's fucked up? He just lost 3 kids and this crazy bitch just trying to kill herself till he's fucked up. Shit.
Creator Just in the Nick of Time was the first to report a finding about Patrick's reported All Trails account, showing he gave this detailed review of a trail in Costa Rica, talking about how amazing it was. It's public online. I saw it myself. Well, that review was posted in February 2023. The kids were killed January 24th, 2023, and Callan actually didn't officially pass away until January 27th. So then you had people online questioning that. I mean, you were grieving the loss of your kids with your wife paralyzed from the fall and simultaneously the suspect in their deaths, and days later you're posting a trail review in Costa Rica? But I want to say this. People do deal with immense grief.
His ass would have posted a review. Now that's crazy. Now that is crazy. I'm just going to be honest with you. I thought he just had him, you know what I mean? He was getting some ass, had somebody over there cooking for him while he was trying to shake back. For fucking trail riding, posting pictures and shit in Costa Rica. I mean, the vacation's already paid for. But damn, posting trail rides, shit's crazy.
Differently. They handle it differently, and it can look vastly different from person to person. Until you are in that position, you don't know how you'd handle it. Now, I interviewed Cheryl Bader for this episode. She is a clinical associate professor of law at Fordham School of Law in New York, and she focuses on running a criminal defense clinic. She's also a former assistant U.S. attorney. And she says you have to remember what you hear and read online from people putting their opinion out on TikTok and Instagram, those social media sites. That is not what the jury is exposed to.
Those jurors that are sitting there, they're hearing certain things that the rest of the public didn't hear, like the 911 call itself. And the jurors got this very intimate look at this agonizing, guttural response that this man had to coming home and finding his wife having attempted suicide and strangled his kids. They're also not hearing certain things, because they shouldn't be looking at social media that's sort of going around online. And so I think what plays out in the courtroom is different than what's playing out in social media.
So when we're looking at who knew what and when, in this case,
what I'm trying to say is, if they ass is going home, how's they guaranteeing this shit? How can they guarantee they not on social media? They checking their logins and shit. How can they guarantee it? They ass going home to the hotel.
Case, Patrick's account of things is somewhat different than what first responders and detectives testified to. Their POV and testimony of what unfolded next in the Clancy investigation has also been picked apart by thousands who have watched the trial live. Several first responders have testified, this includes police officers and paramedics, that they found Lindsay Clancy on the ground, outside, unconscious, and unresponsive. Now, at that point, they did not know the extent of her injuries, but they found her body temperature was severely hypothermic at 82 degrees, which is absolutely a medical emergency. How long was she out there to have a body temp of 82 degrees? That is wildly low. A medical expert told Parade newspaper it likely wasn't just the freezing cold temps, but the fact that she had had severe physical trauma, blood.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I see y'all arguing about this is not a race thing. I don't even know what combo y'all got going on down there. But yeah, niggas typically don't kill the whole family. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know what other races do, but niggas don't really typically kill everybody.
Loss and a spinal injury that all played a part in her body temp. But the thing that trial watchers and sleuths online zeroed in on even more, how was it that minutes before first responders got there, Patrick said Lindsay told him she tried to take her life and where the kids were, but then all of a sudden was unconscious and unresponsive when paramedics got there? That didn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. And neither did the cuts on Lindsay Clancy's body. First responders testified her neck and wrist cuts were superficial and not life-threatening. Lindsay was a longtime nurse. Assumably, she would know what kind of cuts would actually do life-threatening damage if she was trying to end her life. It seemed like every new detail that was coming out in the trial was casting more and more doubt on what truly happened. And then we learned about the fingerprint evidence. Or should I say, lack thereof. State Police Trooper Jonathan O'Laughlin testified that there were no usable fingerprints of Lindsay's recovered from the knife or the exercise bands she used to strangle the children. How? Even her defense attorney seemed confused by that too, like he double confirmed it with the trooper. Well, the trooper basically explained prints can be really fragile and the texture of the piece of evidence itself, like the exercise bands, could affect getting usable prints for comparison. As for the knife,
yeah, she was still talking. She could have wiped that shit down. Man, cut it out, bro. Y'all just told me she was still talking. He came home and found her. Somebody wiped that motherfucker off, unless it was just covered and drenched in blood or whatever. Somebody wiped that bitch down. It was either him or her. Hell, she wasn't dead. She was talking. And his ass just came home.
He just said there was not enough there either. And it's not like they found someone else's fingerprints on this stuff. There were no viable fingerprints at all from anyone. Even if that seemed odd, I do come back to the same thing every time. Lindsay's own defense team is not contesting who killed the kids. They say it was her. Their argument to the jury is she cannot be held criminally responsible for the murders because they claim she was suffering from postpartum psychosis, which is being used as an insanity defense.
What state is this in, Chad? Because I'm going to tell you like this. In Arkansas, her ass will get the death penalty. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Yes. Her ass will get the death penalty.
And I'll tell you this, I have covered insanity defenses in trials before, and they often fail because it is really hard to convince a jury someone isn't criminally responsible for the killings that their own legal team says they did. But in this case, with the concerning testimony we were about to hear on the stand from the doctors who saw and treated Lindsay during her mental demise, and what Lindsay reportedly said herself, I think the insanity defense has momentum.
Man, Lindsay ass will be on death row. Lindsay ass will be waiting for that damn lethal injection shit to get close to expiring, and her ass will be on the way. I'm just gonna be honest. Where I'm from, Lindsay ass will make it, man. She's toast. It's over with, man. She's gonna get a checkout date. That's what we call that shit down here. Your ass get the death penalty, they just gave you a checkout date. Lindsay would have a checkout.
First off, what exactly is postpartum psychosis? According to the Cleveland Clinic, postpartum psychosis is a condition that affects a person's sense of reality, causing hallucinations, delusions, and paranoia.
Man, I don't blame that man for marrying somebody else 4 months later. He just lost every fucking thing. Now, all that posting trail rides and shit is crazy, but he just lost all 3 of his kids. This bitch gonna go to jail for life and get the death penalty. It's like he's trying to put himself back together. Shit, he can't get no ass on the. He can't get no ass, y'all. He just lost 3 of his kids, and his marriage is gone. He probably had to take all his time off work. He can't get no ass. Would it be better if he was buying it? He went and got married. Would it be better if he was buying it? Yeah, man, cut the man a little slack, shit.
And in severe cases, could cause someone to attempt to harm themselves or their newborn. Lindsay's defense attorney, Kevin Reddington, says she was suffering from this and could not understand the nature of her actions and what she was doing was wrong, therefore should not be held criminally responsible.
You said their marriage was probably already at rock bottom. He was going to leave her, and she knew this. She, in this moment of wanting to hurt him, decided to get rid of the things he loved the most. It's not rocket science. Yeah, Doom, that's what I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what was going on here, but that doesn't sound far-fetched. And that's why I was saying, like, the niggas don't really do shit like that. Like, if that was going on, like, she definitely would have just unalived the man. And it would have still been a sad situation because now the kids don't have a dad, mom's going to jail forever, but shit, the kids are still alive. That's the difference.
Responsible. They also say she was failed by the medical system and the doctors she was seeking help from. Now, this is a huge part of this case we need to break down. So stick with me here. We learned that over the course of 5 months, from September 2022 to January 2023, Lindsay Clancy sought help or went to doctor's appointments more than a dozen times. She went to the emergency room for a mental health crisis twice. She went to a behavioral program and
they should have committed her ass. They should have committed her ass. If she's going to the mental health check-in at the emergency room, this is not just going to, holler at your regular doctor. She checked into the emergency room for mental health. Then she did all of this other shit. Man, they should have committed her. I'm just going to be honest. Whether it was for 30 days, whether it was for 90 days, man, they should have committed her ass. She needed.
And she checked into McLean Hospital, which is a psychiatric facility.
Right.
The defense says
How
she
long
was
did she stay there? How long did she stay there?
over-medicated, which led to the postpartum psychosis because...
And I'm going to be real, they do be pumping them full of them antidepressants and shit at them places. I'm going to be honest with you. They check your ass into one of them places, man. They might just put, hey, you full of that shit. They might just say, you full of that shit.
The doctors reportedly were not communicating with each other and prescribing and discontinuing all sorts of drugs from antipsychotics to antidepressants. Ultimately, the defense said Lindsay was prescribed 13 different medications during those 5 months. So what did the doctors know during that time that led to that? The doctor Lindsay Clancy saw the longest and most often was psychiatrist Dr. Jennifer Tufts with Astor Mental Health. And Lindsay first went to her in September of 2022 and saw her.
He probably was already seeing somebody else, though. I mean, if she's going through all this psychotic stuff, she's dealing with this severe postpartum, she probably ain't giving him no ass. And yeah, he was probably seeing somebody on the job.
Her through January. Their last appointment together was actually the day before the murders happened. It's worth noting that both Lindsay and Patrick Clancy have civil malpractice lawsuits against several of the doctors who have testified at the trial. Dr. Tufts is one of them. Tufts said Lindsay first reported she was having anxiety and couldn't sleep. And that turned into Lindsay showing signs of severe depression. By January, Tufts recorded Lindsay's condition as deteriorating. Now, Tufts spent a lot of time on the stand, and it did not go overly well. For one thing, her career was called into question by the defense. She had actually only been independently practicing psychiatry for 1 month when she saw Lindsay Clancy. And then something that shocked the internet of trial watchers in the worst way. Dr. Tufts said she saw Lindsay 14 different times, but never in person. These were only virtual appointments, no longer than 25 minutes, which was criticized by Lindsay's defense team as Dr. Tufts watched Lindsay's condition go drastically downhill. And then there was a question of what Dr. Tufts actually wrote on the record about Lindsay's condition, which led to this tense moment in the courtroom.
Can you just read this paragraph here for us?
No sleep last night. Falls asleep after 40 minutes. Heart racing, severe anxiety, worrying about kids, baby, sleep, yawns but not drowsy, not hyper, pressured speech.
What was that? Not hyper what?
Not hyper, not pressured speech is what I meant. I know it doesn't say not, but that is exactly what I meant.
Wait, when did you see this that you noticed that it did not say not?
I don't care what it says. I know what I meant.
Well, when you wrote this, you did not say not pressured speech. You said in the medical record, pressured speech, right?
No.
Does it say that?
Yeah, the word is the word not is right before not hyper, comma, pressured speech.
Right,
The two
so
are following the
comma
not.
Reddington asked Dr. Tufts if she had ever treated a patient with postpartum psychosis. And Tufts said no, because it's a rare disorder, and she'd only been practicing 1 month. But what about someone else, Dr. Aaliyah Goodhart? Dr. Goodhart worked at McLean Hospital. That's the psychiatric facility that Lindsay spent 5 days at just weeks before she reportedly killed her kids. And Goodhart...
5 days were long enough. She needed a 90 bar. She needed a 90 bar, man, maybe 180. She needed a minimum 90, maybe 180, man.
Had been practicing psychiatry for more than 20 years. She also is being sued by the Clancys for malpractice. Now, Dr. Goodhart testified that Lindsay had concerns about an antipsychotic she had been prescribed to help with insomnia, and she said she had been feeling numb. But Dr. Goodhart testified that Lindsay never said she had thoughts of harming anybody else. And when she started to feel better and wanted to make it to her daughter Cora's birthday party, doctors at McLean discharged her on January 5th with prescriptions for an anti-anxiety drug and a sleep aid. So, what if things got worse? What should she do? And Dr. Goodhart...
Doom says, if the father was black, I know you guys would be fighting hard for him and his innocence. Yeah, because niggas don't do shit like that. I'm just being honest, man. That's not niggas' MO. Come on, Doom. You know this.
Hart said they told Lindsay to just check out psychologytoday.com to find outpatient providers with her insurance. This was a woman who was clearly severely ill. And we're just suggesting Psychology Today? Reddington definitely questioned in court if that was adequate discharge care. He also asked Dr. Goodhart the same question he asked Dr. Tufts. Had she seen someone with postpartum psychosis?
How many women have you treated that were suffering from postpartum psychosis?
I don't recall. I don't remember, but I think it would stick in my memory, so I don't think that I probably have.
You don't think you probably have?
I don't think I have.
So neither had seen someone with that condition as the defense claims Lindsay has. And then you have the other part to the medical care equation. These doctors and providers didn't know how others were also treating Lindsay Clancy simultaneously. Rebecca Gelada, who was a psychiatric nurse practitioner at South Shore Health, testified that she also saw Lindsay Clancy several times, where Lindsay told her at times she was having intrusive thoughts and feeling completely hopeless. So Gelada also prescribed Lindsay different medications to try and help, including that antipsychotic that seemed to make things far worse. But Gelada was actually the one who explored a possible bipolar diagnosis, which Lindsay's defense team believed she also was suffering from. But she testified someone denied to her that Lindsay could have an underlying bipolar disorder. And that person was Patrick Clancy. Gelada revealed that she had no idea that Lindsay had seen Dr. Tufts 14 times. She thought she'd only seen her one time in September, and she said she never talked to anyone from the other hospitals Lindsay had gone to. So much so, she said she didn't even have access to the records from McLean Psychiatric Hospital, where Lindsay saw Dr. Goodhart. Now, I asked law professor Cheryl Bader about a major takeaway I had after watching all of their testimony about Lindsay's care. One thing that I noticed is watching these witnesses for the prosecution, in a lot of ways, it seemed like their testimony actually aided the defense in terms of the massive amount of medications that were taken, the miscommunication or non-communication between all these different providers. She was going back and forth trying to get more help. And is that detrimental for the prosecution to have these witnesses that you're calling for your case? But then it seems that almost what they were saying was actually helpful for Lindsay's case.
Yeah, I think that the prosecution has to call certain witnesses to establish their case because they have the burden of proof. But often a mistake that prosecutors make is they get too far into the weeds and the details and they forget what the central issue is. Now, it seems like many of the witnesses didn't have their notes, hadn't.
Hey, she full of antidepressants. She on Seroquel. She probably got a little wine going on, man. Like, yeah, she was in a cartoon.
Been as familiar with the care, and that's really problematic because if the defense attorney understands the medical case better than the physicians, that definitely plays into the argument that the system failed her.
I think they should have committed her ass, but she still need to go to jail. She still don't need to be free. I'm gonna keep it all the way honest with you. They need to lock her ass up, throw away the key, but they should have committed her ass first.
Now, the physicians Lindsay Clancy saw all testified they did not observe any psychosis. And these medical facilities they worked at are also named in the civil malpractice lawsuit. The Boston Globe reported in an article that several facilities said they can't comment on pending litigation or they didn't respond to a request for comment. But the Globe did get a full statement back from McLean Hospital that, in part, said they are committed to providing high-quality mental health care for patients and advancing the understanding, diagnosis, and the treatment of conditions that uniquely affect women, including postpartum mental health conditions. They added in their response to the Globe that while they can't comment on Lindsay Clancy specifically, they mourn the loss of the children. Honestly, going through all of this research about her attempts to get better and listening to the testimony and reading the malpractice lawsuit allegations, it really made me feel like personally sick, almost on the verge of tears. It is just so sad and so tragic. And then, as if this trial wasn't already seeing unprecedented aspects, something happened that I have never seen before during a trial. As testimony was happening in the courtroom about Lindsay's hospital care, one TikToker caught the eye of Kevin Reddington and his defense team in real time. A woman named Emily Thorndike, who is a licensed clinical social worker, she started posting on TikTok about conditions and downfalls at McLean Hospital. Now, Thorndike had worked at McLean for over 7 years in the exact same unit that Lindsay Clancy stayed at for 5 days. But Thorndike left the hospital about a year before Lindsay was admitted. But Thorndike said prosecutors were making McLean seem like this was a top-tier care facility, when she claims in her videos that there were understaffing concerns, lack of resources, and unqualified staff members giving care who did not actually have psychiatric or social work experience. Reddington decided this was all credible enough to file a motion to have the TikToker come in and testify about those conditions on behalf of the defense, mid-trial. Guys, I don't know if we've ever seen that before. So will Emily Thorndike testify? The judge said, no, he won't allow it. The internet seems to love Lindsay's attorney, Kevin Reddington. As soon as the Commonwealth rested their case, Reddington, or Big Red, as people on social media have now been calling him, got up to start his case, he focused heavily on the amount of times Lindsay tried to get help and the amount of people she expressed needing help to. Both Lindsay's mom and Patrick's mom testified for the defense, and both agreed Lindsay was a very loving and caring mother to all three of her kids. Her mom, Paula Musgrove, said Lindsay also told her in December 2022 that she had thoughts of harming the kids. And she recalled they had a lot of these texts back and forth daily for months, where Lindsay would detail the highs and the extreme lows of feeling better than worse as she navigated her mental health.
Like, what the fuck do you mean? She confided in me that she'd had intrusive thoughts about harming the kids. Like, nobody ever tell me no shit like that, man.
Health. And she remembered one of those texts saying, "It's just really scary, and I don't want to be alone." Now, Patrick's mom, Sue Clancy, was adamant on the stand that Lindsay was begging for help and that they were all very concerned. And that's when Reddington reminded the jury Lindsay tried calling the suicide hotline twice, but then was turned away both times because she didn't have an active plan to carry out suicide. And then while Sue Clancy was on the stand, there was this shocking back and forth that caused a dust-up in the courtroom. While being questioned by the prosecution, Sue Clancy confirmed she is of the Catholic faith. And then, in what seemed to be this out-of-the-left-field question, the prosecutor said, "So you're aware murder is considered to be a mortal sin?" And the judge immediately shut that down. He called an immediate sidebar with the attorneys and later instructed the jury that they cannot include that when they're considering a verdict. But they can't unhear that. The defense's case also gave us our first insight into conversations Lindsay had with the doctor right after the murders, while she was still in the hospital recovering. Dr. Paul Zeisel testified he has seen Lindsay more than 45 times. And in the days after the murders, when he first saw her in the hospital, he said she was not faking it and presented as honest. He said someone who struggles with psychosis can have what he described as these intermittent symptoms, where one day they're fine, the next day they're not. The prosecution has argued as part of their case that Lindsay Clancy only reported hearing voices after meeting with Dr. Zeisel in the hospital. The defense has said that is not true and has repeatedly said she had a psychotic break and followed what the voices were telling her to do, which was to kill the kids and then kill herself. To fully understand this trial, we need to know Lindsay's thoughts before the crime. We've heard a lot about what she told doctors and family, but what was she actually thinking herself? Well, that became clearer when State Police Sergeant Timothy Chiappini took the stand about his forensic search of Lindsay Clancy's cell phone. Now, that revealed what she was researching and looking up before the killings, and it was highly concerning. He testified Lindsay researched, "Can you treat a sociopath?" just 4 days before the murders. He also said searches on her phone showed how to slit throat to die and how to turn airbags off in Kia Sorento. And Reddington wanted the court to see and the jury to see that she was looking up ways to self-harm before this. He wanted to make it a point so much so that he actually held up a giant poster board so everyone could see it. Now, we don't know yet if Lindsay Clancy will take the stand herself in this trial. But I think for context in this episode, you guys need to hear what she says happened that day from her perspective, the day of the murders. And we know what that is because it's all documented in her civil lawsuit. Lindsay Clancy remembers January 24th a little differently than just taking Cora to the doctor and building a snowman with the kids. Her civil lawsuit alleges she woke up with suicidal thoughts, and those continued throughout the day. Now, she said later that afternoon, she heard a voice that was starting to tell her, "You should harm the children." It wasn't long after she heard that voice that she and Patrick were discussing getting takeout for dinner, and she claimed she mapped out how long it would take him to get to all the errands because she didn't want to be alone for too long at home in case she needed help. Important note here, though, the prosecution claims she mapped out how long it would take him to be gone, so she knew how long she had to kill the kids because they say it was intentional and premeditated. The two sides very much disagree on her motive behind looking up the map directions. Lindsay then said after Patrick left, the voice in her head was screaming at this point, saying, "This is your last chance. Kill the children so you can kill yourself. You have to kill the kids so you can kill yourself." And according to the lawsuit, she then described feeling disconnected from her body, losing all control and only being able to follow commands. Now, this part's really hard to hear. She said, as she strangled each of her children, she said, "Go to God, baby," before slitting her wrists and neck and then jumping from the window. Now, will she testify to this during trial? It is possible, especially with an insanity defense. Either way, the outcome of this is really a matter of if the jury believes her story, believes her version of events. And they watched Lindsay uncontrollably sob in the courtroom during testimony about the autopsies of her children. Online, some trial watchers believe that was very genuine. Others believe it was fake. But what does the jury think? I personally think jury deliberations are going to be exceptionally tough. This case is just so complicated with such emotional devastation and honestly unique legalities that I could see the jury struggling to even agree on a verdict. And I asked Cheryl Bader about it. Would you be surprised if we saw a hung jury in this case?
I think a hung jury is certainly a possibility, but I think jurors want to be successful in their deliberation. They want to deliver a verdict. And so I think they will try their hardest to come to some consensus. I'll also be interested to see, does the prosecution or defense ask for a lesser included instruction on manslaughter to present a compromise verdict to the jury?
If Lindsay Clancy is found guilty of murder, she will spend the rest of her life in prison. If she is found not guilty by reason of insanity, she will be admitted into a psychiatric facility and will have to go through reviews to determine her mental state for possible freedom down the road, but she could be in a psychiatric facility indefinitely. If there is any sort of silver lining to any of this, the outcome of this trial could change women's health care, access to it, attention to it, and education. And I feel confident saying that.
But Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. Everybody can't be fine, like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like that.
Toby, be good boy for master. Don't send Toby away. Toby, be good field.
Oh, he said that?
But Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. Everybody can't be fine, like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like that.
Toby, be good boy for master. Don't send Toby away. Toby, be good field hand, master.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You should have criticized me for what you think I said wrong, but instead, y'all put my wife in the middle of it. And since you want to do that, now we're going to put y'all bald head, nappy, ghetto. We put your wife in there. All right, let me throw this out here real quick. I want to tell you guys about this new shirt that we got, which I absolutely love. I was supposed to talk about it yesterday, but I didn't. You go to tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com. We have a definition.
Damn, I can't skip this motherfucker.
Why do you have to go at this? The Christians, I need y'all to understand, y'all need to stop being soft. The reason that we're in the position we're in our country, the reason people don't know what a woman is, the reason why we got Sharia law and these radical leftist nut jobs running a lot of places in our country is because y'all are simps and you soft and you're a coward because you don't stand up. Let me just be very clear. I don't know what Jesus Christ y'all reading about, but Jesus Christ, he got killed because he willing to stand on business. Because he's not going to hide in the corner and shy away from what the truth is and criticizing people when criticism is necessary. That's why the Pharisees didn't like him, because he criticized them because they were untoward, they were haters of God, and they were sinning and doing the wrong thing. But you know what? As a man of God, as a man that stand on principle, when you come after my wife, I got to get on your head. That's just how it is. And if you don't like it, unfollow me. I don't care. DL, this what this fool did. Now, I want to put this in context real quick. I was making a joke about Michelle Obama, and I was in tongue-in-cheek. I said, she don't look good as my wife. Now, the reason that this all started is because Michelle Obama has historically, if you've watched her podcast and other video that she's been on, video interviews that she's been on, she has this condescending behavior towards Barack Obama. She talks down on him as if she the prize. And I had a whole podcast about this. And then in a short period of the podcast, I made mention about Michelle Obama jokingly. But because these ignorant Negroids, they hate me because I'm married to a white woman and I'm not a coward and I'm not going to bow down to their foolery. And I'm going to call out people no matter what color they are. They want to find anything they can to try to blast me. Now, I will say this. This should have been, in my opinion, when another man, if Barack Obama would have came at me and said, bro, I don't like you said this about my wife, it's fair game. He could criticize me all he wants. That's his wife. Now, when another man that's not Barack Obama and Michelle Obama is not his wife want to bring me into the fold because you don't like what I said, then the conversation should have been between you and I. You should have criticized me for what you think I said wrong. But instead, y'all put my wife in the middle of it. Well, my wife ain't have nothing to do with this. And since you want to do that, now we're going to put y'all bald head, nappy, ghetto, permed out, Hennessy drinking. We put your wife in there. Let's go to they wife clip. It's the clip that I posted on my channel.
What did DL say about Officer Tatum's wife, bro?
This morning. Now I'm gonna put this out here, and I'm not trying to be mean to nobody, but brother, why you bring my wife in and now I gotta bring y'all wives in it? It's like throwing stones and you live in a glass house. Wait till you see these gorillas that they got looking nasty and weird. Roll the clip.
Let me just say this, man. I was gonna let it go. D.L. Hughley, them talk about my wife, you know. But now I'm finna put y'all wives on here. And DL, you can't say nothing because you cheated on your wife. And y'all gotta think,
all right. Y'all go look at my Instagram if you want to see the rest of what I said. Why am I doing this? Don't you talk about my wife.
Did Officer Tatum take it too far, chat? Did Officer Tatum take it too far with that shit?
And I won't bring your wife up. I'm gonna defend my wife to the end, whether verbally or physically. If y'all want to get down, we can get down. All right. But I'm trying to be a good Christian, and I'll just keep it right here on the internet. But don't stay in your place, gangster. All right, let me show you what they've been putting out on the internet about my wife, and you tell me if you think this is reasonable or not. Roll the clip.
But Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. Everybody can't be fine like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like that.
Toby be good boy for master. Don't send Toby away. Toby be good field hand, master.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand, you can stay here.
So whoever made this meme doesn't realize he doesn't look like this. He actually looks like this. Officer Tatum is shaped like a woman. Him and Saucy Santana.
Cut it out, bro. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out, bro. What? Nigga, I will throw something in this bitch. Nigga, what? Oh, my. He's smiling, bruh. Like, is he grown in this picture? If he wasn't grown in this picture, like, if he's grown in this picture, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He doesn't look like this. He actually looks like this. Officer Tatum is shaped like a woman. Him and Saucy Santana can be brothers or sisters.
Hey, now, I don't know if she a man or not. I don't think she is.
I don't think you shaped like a man or not. Or I don't think you is. But I will say...
Bro, them pants gotta be stretchy, bro. It's no way them pants not stretchy, bro. They gotta be stretchy, chat. It's in no way, bro. It's no way them not no stretchy pants.
Sisters.
Hey, now, I don't know if she a man or not. I don't think she is.
I don't think you shaped like a man or not. Or I don't think you is. But I will say... And why do all coons look alike? He looks just like Jesse Lee Peterson. Look at the utter despair in their eyes. They have slave eyes.
Hey, y'all quit lying to this woman, act like she cute, though.
You built like your grandma. You out here built
like a sassy, saucy Santana. Your new name is Quiet on the Creek Tatum. You should be concerned with why you look like you transitioning, like you get quarterly work done at Dr. Miami. Who gave birth to y'all children, you or your miss?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's a zesty picture, bro. That's zesty, bro. That's a zesty picture right there, man. Like, he's married. I don't think he's gay or nothing. But that photo right there, that's zesty, bro. That's like a zest ball right there, man. I cannot tell a lie. Man. Damn.
You talking about Michelle like your wife don't look like a sick Jeff Ross. No matter how much money your mister spent on her face not to look like Lord Farquaad, she still ended up looking like a fresh-faced Dylan Mulvaney. He's already out here lying on Nolan Wells, talking about a source told you that he was doing cocaine.
And this person told me that it's over 100% chance that Nolan was using cocaine during this period of time.
But your wife looks like she does cocaine at
All right,
this period of time.
let's continue. So now this is where these people get weird at. They go and skip over all of my wife's pictures to go back to a picture of her showing without makeup on when she had gotten surgery on her eyes or her eyebrows or whatever the case may be, and they want to put that out there. But let me circle back. Let's put these big bones out here. Let's start with D.L. Hughley, big body. Now, put it on the screen. Now, how you and your wife look the same? Y'all want to talk about me? Look at this food. You actually look better than your wife. So don't talk about me. And let me put this out here.
Bro, that was zesty, bro. Like, after seeing that picture, he told this nigga he looks better than his wife.
And they got weave in their head. And these are pictures that we got online with them at their best, with makeup and everything on. Take that weave out her head. Take that perm out. Take the makeup off. And let's see what your wife look like. Y'all wives are pretty embarrassing. And these black women and these black people love to trash white women, but y'all got trying to have white women hair. That ain't your real hair. You perming that. That ain't how your hair lay down like that. You putting extensions on that. Come on, let's go to Talbot. His Thicky Smalls. Look at now. Next one. Look at it. I can smell that curling iron burning right now. Look at it. If you take that makeup off, you take that weave out their hair, you take that perm out, now let's see what your wife look like. Let's, my wife is beautiful. Go to another picture. My wife is beautiful. Y'all mad at me because your chicken fried steak eating women with type 2 diabetes on the verge of having a stroke. Don't get mad at me, bro. All right. Sickness. I think I've said enough. I just had to put their big backs out there. I'll put it like this. You guys don't bother me, nor my wife, because we don't care. We're winning in life. Y'all are miserable, old. D.L. Hughley older than my daddy. And then D.L. Hughley cheated on his wife. I thought y'all talking about black beauty and black. You cheating on your wife with some other chick you had an outside baby with. You too much of a coward to even stand up for your outside baby. And another.
Bro, this shit is so messy, bro. This shit is so messy, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This probably the messiest shit I done seen in a while, bro. Like, this is Facebook level messy on YouTube, bro. Like, I haven't seen YouTube this messy ever, bro. This is Facebook level messiness on YouTube, bro. This is messy as fuck, bro.
We don't care. We're winning in life. Y'all are miserable, old. D.L. Hughley older than my daddy. And then D.L. Hughley cheated.
All right, listen, chat. Listen to how he say this, and just picture reading this as a Facebook post. Picture Officer Tatum putting one of them long-ass Facebook posts, right? And this is what the Facebook post say.
Old. D.L. Hughley older than my daddy. And then D.L. Hughley cheated on his wife. I thought y'all talking about Black Beauty and Black. You cheating on your wife with some other chick you had an outside baby with. You too much of a coward to even stand up for your outside baby. And another black man took that baby's life, and you wasn't there to protect them, and you wasn't trying to, Negro, because you married. And then you
That's a Facebook post right there. And then they're gonna go back to the comments. This gonna be the first comment that they're gonna have pinned. Listen.
You go let your daughter get taken advantage of by another young man, and you claim in your voice that you didn't want to say nothing because he was a friend of yours. You liked him. Y'all about you worry about your family and stop pointing the finger at other people's families. Now, I'll say this.
That's the Facebook post, bro. Hey, wouldn't that be a Facebook post, chat? I promise you, chat. Where I'm from, bro, everything Austin Tatum just said, bro, I can scroll down my timeline on Facebook right now and find some shit similar.
Michelle Obama. Let's put Michelle up here. The question was, if y'all really want to keep it 100, you would be comparing my wife to Michelle, because that's the conversation I had. Now go put Michelle Obama up here. Now I'm not trying to. I was joking, but now y'all gonna make me continue. Now who look better, Michelle or my wife? I just want to. What are we saying here? How these men look better than their wives?
Why did he keep saying that, bro? Like with the zest ball pants and shit, man. Now you keep saying these niggas look better than their wives. It's looking like you sizing them up. Like which one you would rather fuck? I'm just gonna be honest with you, Officer Tatum. The first time I tried to give you a pass, but like this is the second time, bro. Like I really think that you over there sizing it up. Like man, I fuck D.L. Hughley and Barack before their wives. Like I don't know. It's weird at this point, nigga. Chill out, bro. Chill out, Officer Tatum.
Bro, come on, give me a break. And then they post a picture of Michelle at her absolute best. Even in these pictures I'm showing you, Michelle Obama have makeup on and got hair weave in her head. I can see the tracks right there. She got weaving in her hair. Now show the real picture of you. Take that weave out, all them crochet braids out, and let's see what you really look like. We know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all just hating. All right, put a picture of my wife on there real quick, and then we gonna move on. Bam. Next one. Bam. Y'all shut the front door. Case is closed.
Ain't gonna lie, bro. That was kind of crazy, bro.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stephen A. Still on vacation. But I just wanted to take a couple of moments to revisit a couple of stories that have still been percolating over the last week, and to let you know that if I seemed a bit quieter than usual, there was a reason for that. See, last week, after the NABJ decides to give me the thumbs down award for disparaging black women, yes, I did come on the air and I was pretty ticked off, insulted, offended by the position that a few board members for the NABJ had decided to take. Notice I'm not castigating the entire NABJ. I'm just talking about a few board members who had elected to make such an egregious decision as far as I'm concerned. And I spoke about that in real time to let everybody know where I stood and why, and then left it at that. There was a reason I left it like that for pretty much the last week. And the reason is very, very simple.
Thank you, Celeste.
I was a proud papa. Enrolling my daughter in the college. To be a dad, to watch your daughter, who was nothing short of brilliant, reach another pinnacle in her life, pretty much starting a new life, be a flagrantly disrespectful accusation levied in my direction, definitely hurt. But it gave me an opportunity to watch stuff unfold, to see if people were going to remind folks that I was raised by 5 women, that I have 2 daughters, that I have 10 nieces and 4 older sisters, all black, by the way, every one of them, growing up in the streets of Hollis, Queens, and being blessed by God himself to be able to elevate myself to a place where I'm about to be inducted into the Broadcast Hall of Fame, but the National Association of Black Journalists going to give me a thumbs down award 5 weeks ahead of time. I had an opportunity to soak all of that in and to listen to people talk, and to see the disrespect or the backhanded compliments or the unwillingness to address stuff with the fervor that it deserved. And I said to myself, I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait because I want to see. Especially from people in this business to see what they were going to do. And I can't put into words my level of disappointment.
Here we go.
As I said on the airwaves last Monday, I specifically said, you disagree with me, that's cool. It's no problem. We in the conflict business. We in the tension business. We in a business where we disagree all the time. Ain't no big deal. But when disagreement is allowed to be defined as disparagement, we got a problem. Especially when journalists don't even have the courage to point out the distinction. Disagreement is not the same as disparagement. A journalist who is supposed to be objective by trade is supposed to know that.
He's pissed.
And somehow, some way, it wasn't just a few board members from the NABJ who forgot it. It was a whole bunch of other people in our industry who forgot it. Luckily, there were a few, some of who ain't even in the business, who spoke up on my behalf. And before I get into this a little bit deeper, I wanted to take a moment to thank all of these people. My sincere appreciation for being fair. I wanted to personally thank them. Absolutely, positively, I have to go to Dr. Boyce Watkins, who's now teaching at Morehouse. This is a brother that has been critical of me in the past. I'm a big boy. I can take it. Anybody and everyone has the right to criticize something they disagree with about me. Something I've said, something I've done. I don't have a problem with that, as long as you're not character assassinating me. I'm cool with it. Because all I'm going to do is either disagree with you or I'm going to say you're right and I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to be better. But Dr. Boyce Watkins, he set it off when he broke it down like this. Listen to this, y'all.
I've really been intrigued and really deeply concerned by the National Association of Black Journalists going out of their way to go after Stephen A. Smith, almost in like persecution style. He's disagreed with a lot of people. He disagrees with Republicans a lot. He disagrees with a lot of Democrats. It's not always a certain gender, but there's something that happens when the person that you disagree with is a Black woman. There are some people who extrapolate and they'll say, well, because you disagree with this one person, then that means you hate every person in that group. I don't think that the outrage would have been as great if any of these Black women had been Republicans. So when you say, that we should support Black women, what do you mean? What are your conditions? I'm going to flip the accusation on the NABJ. What they did by giving him this thumbs down award, by claiming he disparaged Black women and having no evidence to support their claim at all, I hope they understand that this has really undermined their professionalism. It has undermined their journalistic credibility. Because journalists provide facts. Journalists have to have quotes. Journalists have to have. So I was looking, I said, okay, so show me one sentence, just show me one damn sentence where Stephen A. used the words Black women in the sentence and it was done in a disparaging way. Just one sentence. I mean, if he's disparaging Black women, there should be quotes everywhere.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in the microwave society. Everything is about now. Everything is seemingly instantaneous. Why am I waiting for 11 days for the receipts? Where are they? Where? I've got black women here working for me. I'm going to name them by name. I'll give you a few of them. Sherry, Tisha, Solange, Sumatra, Betty, Jennifer. Where are the receipts? I'm bringing up their names because they didn't want me to do this. Let it die down. Let it go, Stephen. I mean, people know. They know. I had my daughter, my Nyla, say to me, Daddy, forget them. Don't pay any attention to that. We know it's not true. We know how much you love us and we love you. We know how you were raised, Daddy. Don't pay attention to that. And perhaps after I tape this show today, I will. I had my Samantha while enrolling her in college. She said, Daddy, you say some crazy things sometimes. This ain't one of them. You never did this. This is a lie. They trying to gain clout off of your name. I don't care. It's the lowest blow I've ever received in this
What a
industry.
dude just talking?
No facts. Nothing whatsoever. You're a journalist organization, and you would do this. And I'll get to some of these people who are supposed to be journalists who have failed to point out that you have no receipts. I'll get to themselves in a second. But let me also bring up somebody that's seemingly unpopular in the black communities these days in Officer Tatum. Let's show what Officer Tatum, with nearly 4 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, by the way, let's play what he had to say, and then I'll respond. Take it away.
If you're not a black journalist who they agree with, you don't count. So it's really not supportive of black journalists. It's supportive of liberal black journalists. And how do you know that, Mr. Tatum? My instincts showed it, and then what they did to Stephen A. Smith proved it. They are disavowing a man who dedicated his entire life to being a voice for black people and breaking through multiple barriers in sports commentary. More so than anybody else in the world history or American history. But because he disagrees and has an opinion about a certain group of people or certain things that he's said about politicians who are dirtbags, all of a sudden they reject this black man. He don't count. Shame on them. You see how they do you? You can dedicate your whole life to support. You do one thing that don't align with their woke agenda, all of a sudden you don't count as a black person, no matter what you've done in the black community. This is how they treat you. And then you wonder why people like Stephen A. Smith and others are being like, I'm not finna dedicate all of my time to just black people. I'm gonna dedicate my time to good people. I'm gonna dedicate my time to people who need the resources that I have to give.
Now let me say this. I want to thank Officer Tatum for saying what he just said. I appreciate that. And ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to tell you, Officer Tatum has been a guest on this show on a couple of occasions. I don't agree with everything he says. I don't like the fact that he utters they as opposed to us, because we both black. I don't like what I'm seeing from him online right now, and I'll talk to him about it when I see him or when we talk. I don't like when he was talking about our former First Lady and addressing her looks. I don't like that at all. Be bigger than that. Be better than that. I don't agree with everything he says. But I'm also sensitive to the fact that as a black individual, in his case, who happens to be conservative and unapologetically so, and the amount of vitriol that he has received over the years from our community, combined with the fact that he's a former police officer, so God knows what he has seen in the streets, whether it be Arizona, California, or anywhere else that he has worked, I'm mindful and sensitive to that. So even though I disagree with some of the things that he says and does, the why also matters. And to see him point out the unfairness that was aimed in my direction, I appreciate that. I do. See, I can disagree with him and still have a conversation with him. He can disagree with me, which he has in the past, and still have a conversation with me. It doesn't have to be all of those other things. I don't even like when he calls Don Lemon juice. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's evidence of venom and vitriol as opposed to objectivity. I don't think it's necessary for him to do that, but that's my opinion. That's not a reason for me to go out and to castigate him across the board involving every single thing that he says and ignore some facts that he might drop along the way. Because I'm a journalist by trade. Yeah, I've graduated and I'm a pundit and I'm a columnist and I'm a commentator and all of that, but I'm a journalist by trade. That means I can't have the typical attitude of a motherfucker off the streets just running my goddamn mouth. I got to make sure you have an idea what I'm talking about, or at least say, based on the evidence that I know, here's what I think. People forgot to do that. And again, I'll get to their asses in a second. But not before I finally give props to somebody else. And that's Mr. Anton Daniels out of Detroit with his own podcast and YouTube show that's just popping every day, all day. He's been all over this. And to be quite honest with you, he's gone beyond being fair. I mean, when I talk about gratitude, genuine gratitude that I feel for somebody, for really holding it down for me when he absolutely didn't have to, it's this brother here. I'll never forget it as long as I live. I'll never forget it, and I'll never forget him. My appreciation for him knows no limits. And here's part of the reason why. Listen to this.
The minute that Stephen A. Smith held a black woman accountable, a public figure who is also a politician, I already knew that the writing was on the wall and there was nothing that he was going to be able to do about it to get himself in good standing and back in the good graces of black women, and that the smear campaign on his name was going to be at a fever pitch. Didn't matter about what he did for other people. Didn't matter about how he held down Shannon Sharp. Didn't matter how he held down Ryan Clark. Didn't matter about what he was doing for communities. Didn't matter about the fact that he celebrated and upheld his mother and his sisters and all of his story and all of that type of stuff. The only thing that you got to do in this culture is get out of line. Don't step too close to the yellow line, or else we're going to push you over on the train and we're going to let that train try to roll over you, and then we're going to celebrate your death. But realistically, if we are just going to be completely objective, I have never in my life seen or heard Stephen A. Smith disparage, go at, or disrespect black women. It's just not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a real thing.
I can't even say enough. I can't even say enough. That brother's doing big things. And I told y'all when I had him on my podcast before, he's insulted me in the past. I mean, if you want to call it that, I didn't take it as an insult. I just thought he disagreed with me. He disagreed with me apologizing about Jasmine Crockett. He disagreed with me on some of the other positions that I've taken. He told me, not just on his own show, he told me that to my face. And we had a discussion. And if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, when he and I had a discussion, it wasn't a fight that was about to break out. We're adults. We're grown-ups. He said something. I wanted to challenge him on it. I wanted to have a fruitful conversation between two adults in a public platform. And as he told you on his show, I didn't edit a word. I wanted the conversations, as is always the case with me, to be as authentic as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, he accepted.
Hit the like button, chat.
I've invited Don Lemon on this show. Don Lemon wants to talk privately first. But he said a whole bunch of things publicly.
Right.
President Erin Haynes for NABJ. I've invited her on the show. She wants to talk privately. After she spoke publicly. I've invited Jasmine Crockett on the show. Crickets, I ain't hear a word. I've invited Kamala Harris on the show. Crickets, I ain't hear a word. Publicly. Privately, Kamala Harris and I already met face to face. Over a year ago. 2 hours. Why he brings that up? Michelle Obama has been invited on this show. Haven't heard a word. Kerry Champion and Jamel Hill have been invited on this show. I ain't got no problems. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have time to have hate in my heart. I mean, maybe for one person who y'all all know, and I'll leave that alone. But outside of that, I really don't have time for hatred in my heart. I certainly don't hate any of these women. I've got nothing but love for them. Do you know that if Kerry Champion or Jamel Hill or any of those ladies wanted to meet with me, I would? Do you know if they wanted to come onto this show together, like me hosting a round table with these ladies? No problem. Car service, flights, all this stuff. I'll pay for you to come on in. Let's have a conversation. I'll be the only male in attendance if you want me to be, with all of you together. If not one at a time. It's not a problem. If you ever needed my help, I'd be there. And if President Haynes, who I've never met, don't know, never spoke to in my life, had done the same and reached out, I would have done the same. From what my sources tell me, she's telling folks, including people who are mentors and friends of mine, members of the NABJ, that she reached out to me and I declined. That is a lie. It never happened.
Here we go.
Never. That is false. It never happened.
Stephen A. Smith
There's a whole bunch of people that want to meet with me privately but don't want to meet with me publicly. But I'm telling you, in those cases, they ain't reach out to me. That's a lie. And I declined to come. Me? Really? Stop it. But again, before I get into, one other person I want to give props to is a guy by the name of James E. Corsi. He is a columnist for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. He is a mentee of one of my mentors, Gary D. Howard, who is the former executive sports editor of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, who was the deputy sports editor of the Philadelphia Inquirer, who had everything to do with the Philadelphia Inquirer hiring me back in October of 1994, who to this day is my man, my dog, my brother, the whole nine, and who was the first one to call me once the NABJ dropped their thumbs down award. My man Galen Gordon called me beforehand, but Gary D. Howard called me afterwards. This cat, James E. Causey, is a mentee of Gary Howard, doing an outstanding job for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Want to take a moment to thank him because look what he said. Let me read that quote. Given that distinction to Smith, a black journalist who has supported NABJ for decades, was a slap in the face. One of the most prominent organizations of black journalists was publicly telling one of the most prominent black voices in media that he had crossed a line. Can a black journalist be especially tough on black women, of black people in general, without being accused of tearing the black race down? And who gets to decide when the tough commentary crosses that line? If one of the most prominent organizations of black journalists is going to give one of the most prominent black journalists in America an award for commentary it considers harmful to black women, it should be able to clearly show where legitimate criticism ended and disparagement began. Hold Smith accountable when he crosses the line. Just make sure there's actually a line before you punish him for crossing it. End quote. That was my point, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back at you right now. It's 11 days. Where are the receipts? You think I'm going to sit idly by and let y'all castigate me like that? Do you understand the rain that I will rain down upon people who will sit there and lie on my name like that? I'm not going for that. I don't give a damn that the story has subsided. Keep it alive as long as you want to. It's false. It is false. It is not true. I never did that. And I never would do that.
Here we go.
It is offensive to me. It is offensive to my 4 older sisters. It is offensive to my family. It is offensive to my friends and loved ones. It's offensive to my mother, who would turn over in her grave right now, knowing this happened to me. That ain't how she raised me. I would never do that. This is ridiculous. But again, I want to emphasize that this is just a few board members from the National Association for Black Journalists. This ain't the National Association for Black Journalists in total. There's a bunch of people there that I know very, very well, got nothing but love for me, and a lot of them are females. There are women in this industry that I've helped, that I will continue to help, that has also helped me. It ain't a one-way street. I don't just give, I receive too. Sandra Long hired me. She's from the Philadelphia Inquirer. There's a plethora of people that have helped me along the way throughout history. Robin Robbins is a legend. She has always been there for me. Always. This ain't me coming at black women, even talking right now. I got number love for us. Can't help it. Gonna always have number love for us. Can't help it. It's not going to change. Because this ain't about all of that. But this is about something a little bit deeper. What James E. Causey alluded to, what Anton Daniels alluded to, more so than anybody else. This is about all the fellas that got real timid and quiet when you knew there were no receipts that were provided. What you quiet for? What is wrong with pointing out the difference between disagreements, debates, and disparagement? They're trying to bring up, oh, he had a problem with Monica McNutt. Monica McNutt and I disagreed about a WNBA topic on a debate show. There's no problem with Monica McNutt. Chanel Gumake and I were arguing about the WNBA 2 weeks ago. That's a disparagement, or did we disagree? L. Duncan, marvelous, former ESPN, now at Netflix. We've disagreed. Was there disparagement? What are you talking about? And I listened to Jamel Hill talk about Don Lemon, talking to Don Lemon. I want to say, Jamel Hill, I appreciated the comments. She was more than fair. I respect the hell out of her. I don't agree with everything she says, just like she doesn't agree with everything I say. But I really appreciated her fairness and her willingness to acknowledge my mentality, my motives, and my contribution to our community. Thank you for that. I only had one nugget of dissentiment. Less to do with Jamel Hill, more so to do with Don Lemon.
Here we go. Don Lemon
What
drop.
did all of that have to do with the thumbs down award for disparaging women? Neither pointed out that there's no evidence of that. It seems, it feels, that ain't fact. If you heard me and my sisters arguing in the house over sports or over the barbecue in the backyard, you think we're about to go at it. And we're laughing while going off on each other. That's how I was raised. Don Lemon, I'm going to be nice, bro. Because last time I checked, before you departed from CNN, although it wasn't black women, you were accused of having problems with women. Don Lemon, I never brought that up about you until today. Not one time. Not once. The company I keep and the people I hang out with, because after I gave my podcast, I went on Sean Hannity's. Y'all left out that I was on Chris Cuomo an hour earlier. You remember him, don't you, Don Lemon? Once upon a time, that was your boy. Until he departed from CNN. And then all of a sudden, he wasn't. I ain't gonna go there either. I'm gonna leave that alone. The people I hang out with, no. I'm gonna say this one more time, ladies and gentlemen. I disagree with 75% of the stuff that Sean Hannity says. We were just arguing yesterday because he's so supportive of Justice Clarence Thomas. But I've known the man for 25 years. And I remember when I lost my job, how he was one of my biggest supporters. And for the last 25 years, that man has always had my back.
Hit the like button, chat.
No matter what the hell is going on in my life. And I appreciate that. Nothing to do with politics. Nothing to do with us hanging out with each other, because we don't. Everything to do with the kind of friend he has been to me. Period. Nothing to do with politics at all. But we're going to ignore that I said that. Once again, where it really resonates is with the silence, the crickets that I heard. And you know who stood out amongst the crowd more than anybody? And I will openly confess that I picked up the phone and called him and jumped all over him for this. It was Fox Sports Radio's very own Rob Parker. Show The Odd Couple, him and Kelvin Washington with Rob G as their producer, comes on Fox Sports every weekday from 4 to 7 p.m. Know that? 7 to 10 p.m. East Coast time, 4 to 7 p.m. West Coast time. That show. Rob Parker.
And the NABJ has a right to criticize anybody. I wish they would have done it privately and had it in-house. Didn't we all say that on our text? Mm-hmm. Right? This was last night when we were talking about this. I think that would have been the best way. And the idea that now she wants to do something privately, I think that's the way that this probably should have been handled first, to raise her concerns with Steve and about what, her issues were. Mm-hmm. How can they work through this? Is there a better way for him or for him to say, hey, I'm not just picking on black women, or I'm not just doing this, or I'm not just doing that, or whatever it is, and have a case. I just thought that would have been more productive than just doing it publicly to have people see, a fight amongst ourselves. That's me.
Rob Parker went on the air. And Rob Parker said, I'm not taking sides. I just had a problem with how the NABJ handled it. That was my issue. I called Rob Parker and I said, are you fucking kidding me? As he articulated on his show, Rob Parker has known me since the late 80s. Trying to get into this business as a graduate out of Winston-Salem State University. Ladies and gentlemen, I was about to take a job as a bank teller, a bank clerk at Wachovia Bank in North Carolina. It was Rob Parker that talked me out of it and said, you keep going, you keep fighting, you do this, you do that, you go to the NABJ conference, you go to the job fair, you do this, you send in your resume. He was guiding me along the way. Rob Parker has been a friend and a mentor for over 30 years, 35 years. We know each other's family. He knows me very, very well. He is one of my best friends on the planet. He is a mentor. He is also the godfather to my daughter. And that's all you got? That's it? I said, there's nothing inside of you that said, that's impossible. That's not the Stephen I know. He's never done that. There's nothing inside of you that sat up there and said, as a journalist who used to be at the Detroit News, the Detroit Free Press, the Cincinnati Enquirer, New York Newsday, was a columnist in this country for years. There's nothing inside of you that said, yo, where's your receipts? Nothing. His response, other than his apology, which is obviously sincere, was that he didn't think about that because he was focused on the wrong thing. And then I countered by saying, could anybody say that about you? And I say, I'm not taking sides. Anyone. He acknowledged I was right. And in the interest of full disclosure, to show y'all how adults act, I got Rob's permission to tell you that story before I just did. He gave me permission to divulge that conversation. And I'm leaving here, and he and I are about to meet for dinner in a few hours. See, that's adults. Had to jump in his ass when I knew he was wrong. And that he could have been more vociferous and loquacious and adamant in his delivery than he was. But deep down, I also told him I know why he didn't. Which to his credit, he refutes, but I don't believe him. We got a whole bunch of brothers out here that's scared. Scared like petrified puppies. Because as Dr. Boyce Watkins alluded to, as Anton Daniels alluded to, as Officer Tatum in his own unique way has alluded to, we got cats scared to speak up. Because they're fearful of the backlash that may come from black women, or women, period, when it comes to highlighting and delineating the difference between disagreement and disparagement. Our black women are strong, fearless. The obstacles that women in this country, particularly black women, have had to overcome is ridiculous, but it is just as significantly admirable.
And we got Dark City comes through with a super chat, said, I don't trust Stephen A. Smith and Rob nor their hairlines. Thank you for supporting the channel, Dark City.
How they've overcome it and they continue to scratch and claw and elevate along the way while pushing us to elevate. I am who I am today because of black women. But that doesn't mean I can't disagree with you, no matter who you are. That's all that happened here. That's all that happened. And having said all of that, I'm going to end by saying this. You haven't seen any receipts because you ain't going to see any. Because the few members of the NABJ, the few, not the whole organization, not the people, just a few members, they have no receipts. They're full of it. They tried to discredit me. They tried to smear me. They tried to impugn my name and my reputation. I'm not going to do anything to retaliate more than what I've already done, but I won't forget. I tell you that much. All it's going to do is make me listen more, learn more, and it's going to make me more adamant about looking out for my sisters the way I always have. I'm not going away. I'm going to continue to be the man that I am. I ain't bending. I'm not breaking. Hell no. I want to get back to Anton Daniels by saying this. That brother was right. He told me folks would turn against me. He told me folks would try to sell me out. He even asked me, why do you do what you do, man? You always looking out for these folks. And I said, because that's why I'm blessed. Because I don't forget, and I am going to look out. It's who I am, and it's who the hell I'm going to stay. But I got mad respect for that brother. Got mad love for him, and he will always have my support. It's brothers like that who are fair-minded and smart that I care about. It don't matter to me whether they agree with me or not. What matters to me is the why. Because I know I can learn from people like that because they're fair, which is all that you ask for. I'm going to continue to be who I am. I'm coming back next week. I'm energized, I'm focused, I'm fired up.
He fired up.
I would love to tell my team I'm sorry for tackling this subject again, but fuck that. I'm sick and tired of trying to be nice. I've had it. I'm not trying to make any enemies. I'm not looking for more friends. My life is cool. I'm going to do what I always do. Try to know as much as I can, try to learn as much as I can, be honest and forthcoming about what I know and what I don't know, and be fair. I cannot believe that journalists in this industry who happen to be black, who were silent about what they saw and heard. No evidence. And you did that. You let them get away with it. Why is the question? I mean, if you that scared, why don't you just get the hell out the business? Scared to be fair? Scared to be objective? So right, this is the world we're living in. I'm going to strive to be above the mess, not in it. But it's a contradiction for me because, to be quite honest with you, I don't mind getting messy from time to time. I returned to First Take this Monday on ESPN. I returned to Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports, this coming Monday afternoon. My political show, Straight Shooter with Stephen A. I'll be back next Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. on Sirius XM POTUS Radio. I'm not going away. And I'm not shrinking either. I've about had it. This is the game. Fine. Don't blame me for what's coming. This is how y'all wanted it to be. Fair, informed, honest as I can possibly be. That would be me. Standing 10 toes down. Bringing the rain at my discretion. That's how y'all wanted it, right? So be it. So be it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, chat, man. All right, chat. That's Stephen A. Smith. He's pretty pissed off, chat, but we finna get out of here. We've been live a couple hours, man. I know a lot of y'all just now coming in. Y'all gonna have to catch the playback, man. I know we got a little schedule. We've been going live every day at 7 and 7:30. We're gonna be like that for the rest of the week. We'll get back to 10 p.m. this weekend. But it's been 7 o'clock for the rest of the week. We'll get back to 10 p.m. this weekend. I'll catch y'all on the next one, chat. I am working on my company, and I gotta dedicate time to my company. Like I said, I love showing up here. I love hanging out, kicking. But I gotta build on my company as well. I gotta spend equal time on my company. So I'll see y'all on the next one, chat. Double tap the screen, shut her live out.